my name is Pariwat Huang, or you can call me William. So I'm going to present you guys my internship experience and what I've been working on throughout the period in Agoda. So obviously, as you can see, I got into Agoda and I was in finance department for backend team. But however, since it's a backend team, but during that time when I got into the backend team, they are working on mostly on the front end part. So throughout my internship period, I was working on mainly on the front end part. So yeah, these are the list of members in the intern team. They have contributed a lot of work into this project, and I will talk about it later on for this presentation. So moving on so let's start with the environment in Agoda. Since some of you guys might wonder, how does Agoda look like, and how does the office look like, and is it so basically this is how it looks. This is the overall look of the Agoda office. 2 weeks before my internship ended, 2 weeks before my internship ended, Pipa invited me to the office to visit the office and actually work there for the last 2 weeks, and actually let me know the real experience of becoming a software engineer in Agoda. So this is how it looks. It's actually really beautiful. It's located at Central World. I forgot which floor, but I think it's 35th. Pipa, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I think it's 35th, right?
We have more than 10 floors here, and we're building 2 more.
Yeah, so basically this is how it looks. So next up is a picture of me getting the Agoda employee tag, and on the left side, this is my workstation. So I got a MacBook from Agoda, and as you can see, I am working on the presentation for my upcoming sprint review. So at that time, I'm a Scrum Master. So my job is to present everything that we did for the 2 weeks of that sprint. And on the right side is a picture of me standing beside my supervisor. So he's currently in the call right now. His name is Pipa. So this is him. So yeah, let's get into the project. So what project have we been working on? So we've been working on a project called Finance Back Office Platform. So it is a platform that user under finance department can control the finance data on the website. And for example, there is a tool called transaction adjustment, where users are able to adjust the data from that specific transaction. So I will demo this part later on for this presentation. I'm just going to show you how it looks comparing to the previous back office. So what we are doing is to develop new finance back office that follow the structure of the existing back office. So from the starting, we start our project from nothing. We have to do all the system design, the UX, the UI, the development, the testing, the CI/CD, and also deployment ourselves, though we are assigned to the backend team. So we get to experience everything from talking to the users to testing the app by ourselves and deploying to the main web. So there are 14 to 15 tools that we finished implementing so far. So which we have separated into 3 sections, which is the UPC, the supplier reconciliation, and the B2B invoice. So for UPC part, we have done the upload tool, the generate tool, and the reissue. For supplier reconciliation, we have finished the exception adjustment tool, the transaction adjustment tool, unreconciled, Agoda reversal, the dropping, and the supplier dropping. And the last one is the affiliate master, the upload invoice tool, manage invoice tool, and affiliate master approval tool. So for this tool, I've spent the most time in this tool because it requires a lot of, so in this tool, it consists of many layers. So it requires a lot of time to work on it. And I will show you later on in this presentation. So for the objectives and results, so why do we need a new back office since we already have the old one? So the reason is that the old previous back office version is developed with .NET. So it is very old and hard to find documentations, and it requires Windows to run. And it takes at least a day to finish first-time development setup with tens of commands. So it's very inconsistent compared to the newer ones, like the back office V2. So we use React on top of Scala, since it has faster development time and the server can be served on Linux, and it takes only 2 minutes to set up with only 2 commands. So it's very well-structured code, and it has a very beautiful UI and very consistent UX. And moreover, the old back office version doesn't support module search. And for this reason, we have decided to make a new one, since we have to support multiple search and users only need to search once, which it takes less than 1 minute to do it. So you guys might wonder how the old back office look like. So this is how it looks. This is the old version for affiliate info page. This is the new one. As you can see, it is very visual pleasing compared to the old version, and it is very easy to use. And also, we have implemented a lot of UIs to make users easy to learn. This is the old page of our upload B2B payment. This is the new one. This is the generate page. This is the new one. So users are able to download the example file to see the format of the CSV file. So it is more convenient for users to just download and look it up instead of asking other staff for it. So this is a managed B2B invoice page. This part is the part that I did the most, since it requires a lot of time. There's so many layers. So this is the new one. This is the overall look of the managed invoice page. This is the second layer. This is the flight unreconciled Agoda page. I've censored some part because it contains sensitive information. And this is the flight exception adjustment page. And this is a new one. So for the demo part, so since I'm currently not authorized to access the Agoda website, so I have recorded myself playing around the website before I'm not authorized to do it. So I'm just gonna briefly show the main part, which is the manage invoice part, or else it's gonna take more than 30 minutes to show all of the tools inside this QA Finance Back Office V2. So, so I'm going to show you the main tool that I did, which is the B2B managed search invoice page. As you can see, this is the search bar. So basically, users must pick an affiliate name before they can click search. And the 3 of these inputs are optional for users to type in. So these are just a feature where users can filter out by typing specific CID, currency, or multiple invoice IDs. Since one affiliate name consists of a lot of thousands of invoices, so it's very time consuming if users are going to pick, going through all the invoices and just pick the specific one. So as you can see, once we click search, this page will appear, which is by default, it is an issue invoice page. It consists of 3 pages, but the other 2, I haven't finished it since I don't have enough time before my internship ends. So I'm going to show you the issue invoice page. So as you can see, I've implemented the filter. I've implemented the sorted feature where each of the column can be sorted. By default, it is sorted in ascending order, but if you want it to be in descending order, you can click it again and it will be sorted in descending order. And this is just the first layer, which is the invoice layer, where our users are able to see the information for each specific invoice. And as you can see, there are many payment status, the partially paid, the fully paid, and the other one is unpaid. So you guys might wonder why it is partially paid. So once we click into the invoice layer, this is the second layer, which is the specific invoice layer. So this section is the invoice information, where users are able to see like the basic information of this specific invoice. So since it is partially paid, because some of the bookings inside this specific invoice is already fully paid, so that's why the status is partially paid. As you can see, there are a lot of bookings in one specific invoices. So I have implemented the select all feature, where users can just click select all, and all of the bookings are selected, and they can click pay. And they can click pay just one time. So, and also for the download button, so when the users click download, it only downloads the current page of this table. And I'll show you how it looks when we click save. So users are able to click specific bookings, and then they click save. So once they click save, this pop-up will appear, which is the submission model, where users have to pick a date, and then once they click submit, it will be submitted to the backend side. And that's it for the invoice model. So back to the first layer. So users are also able to put a remark on each of the specific invoice, and once they click submit, it will be updated to the backend side. And lastly, for the download button, it works the same as the second layer, where it would download just the current page of this table. And that's it for the demo part on this tool. And moving over to the system architecture and tech stack. So here's the overall architecture of our project. So the project is divided into two parts, which are the client and server. So on the client side, we develop with React, TypeScript, and Redux as our application state management. We also use kite.js as the React component library to ensure the consistency of styling across the project that meet Agoda design standard. So on the server side, we develop using Play framework to build a web application with Scala. The server side is responsible for authorization and authentication, proxy requests from client side to external services such as Matchbook Hub and BAPI APIs. On security-wise, we authenticate users with LDAP service. To obtain roles, we need to get user groups from LDAP to perform permission checking. We also connect to Vault, where all secrets and confidential information are stored. For the proxy side, which is this one, the server is in charge of bypassing all requests from client to either Matchbook Hub or BAPI APIs and retrieving those responses back to the client. All requests and responses will be logged into Logstash, which with a username of the user who making the event, which can be discovered by Kibana. So both client and server are containerized using Docker. This makes the project portable and encapsulates all dependencies the project relies on. As the project is containerized, the CI/CD can be easily applied to the project. So once a PR has been merged, the image of the project is built and published to Harbor, Agoda image registry, and upload to CSpider, where the new version of the project automatically deploy. So for the impacts on Agoda, so how does our project influence people here? So our project allows finance user to easily adjust invalid transactions so that Agoda gets the right amount of money to pay off us. The new back office is also 10 times faster than the previous one. This may sound a little exaggerating, but we have asked our users, and this is what they said. So it's faster because we optimize the API call, thus reduce the number of requests and the latency time. We also support dynamic searching and the transactions adjustments, so our users can modify multiple transactions in one go. Another important impact is we reduced the onboarding time for developers from hours to less than 5 minutes, because the previous one is built with .NET framework, which requires Windows machine to develop. And they also need to install many .NET dependencies, which consume a great amount of time. Also, during the design process, we took users' experience with the utmost consideration. We tried to design it to be as simple as possible, lower learning curve for users to use the platform. Thus, users would be required the least knowledge to use it. And we also validated all users' input to prevent risk from users' input, invalid value, and introduce any feasible errors to our system. The old back office also has a monolith architecture, which introducing dependency between client and server. Therefore, in the new back office project, we decouple client and server, which results in a more maintainable and reliable system. So challenges and lesson learned. So the challenges include understanding financial business logic for calculations and learning financial terms. Secondly, we had to build the project from scratch, setting up our own project structure, setting up QA and production servers, and setting up CI/CD pipeline. We also had to talk to real finance users by ourselves to collect requirements. The final challenge is managing and prioritizing stories and sprint goals by deadline. Lesson learned from the internship. So for the technical experience, we learned how to code in production scale, finding alternative solutions as a team to overcome technical problems, learning how to follow a standard code structure to keep the file structure, coding style, and pattern consistent among the team. As for soft skills, we learned how to adapt under an agile environment. And for the last point, we shared advices and improved on an area our team members advised during PRs and retrospectives. So special thanks to my boss, Georgie, my supervisor, Pipak, Daniel, and Sashmi, and IT finance teams. And that's it. Thank you. Feel free to ask me anything.
Wow, that's nice office. Okay. So William, did you go to work in the office most of the time, or?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Most of the time I worked from home, but the last 2 weeks of the internship I worked in the office.
All right, and in your team, how many people are there?
Including my supervisors and mentors, I think around 15.
15, okay.
15 to 16.
Wow, that's nice. How frequent did you have the meeting with your team?
Oh yeah, we have meeting every day. So we have a stand-up meeting during the morning, 15-minute stand-up meeting before we start doing our work. So we always are on the same page every day.
All right. So even though you work from home or you work at the office, you always like have the meeting at in the morning time, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay. And apart from like apart from your team, do you have to just like contact other people from other teams or the customers or something?
Yes. Like I said in the presentation, I have to contact from users to actually talk to different teams, different departments to ask them for more information and actually get everyone on the same page. So yeah, I've talked to many people in Agoda.
All right. So that's great. And how did you feel when you have to just like talk to users? Is everything okay? Or
it's very
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What did you say? Sorry. William, do you hear me?
It's kind of slow right now. I'm not in Thailand, so like it's quite laggy. But I know your question. So I feel very at first I feel very uncomfortable since I expect myself not to talk to anyone when I was working with Agoda. So I thought I just talked to my own team, but actually I have to talk to everyone, including the customer experience team, the users, and actually getting to know them, so that in the future projects we have to actually communicate again. So yeah, long story short, I think it's very good experience.
Okay, that's nice. Is that I mean, how different from work in your organization in Agoda and like do some term project in the university?
Oh, it's completely different. It's like starting from zero again. So since in Agoda, they have different kinds of coding style and patterns and structure. So I have to go, actually the first 2 weeks, I'm not actually in the team yet. I have to go in Udemy website to actually learn React from zero again. And then actually have to go through the whole project and actually understand each of the parts in the project so that I can actually work in the real environment. So yeah, it's completely different from learning in MUIC.
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you, William. That is all from me. From the audience, do you have any questions, Kap?
How long did the entire project take? Oh, to be honest, it takes it actually takes almost a year, but I got into later on. So I think it takes like a year, right?
No, it's 6 months. I think
Oh,
you
it's
joined
6 months?
after the project started for like 2 months. Yeah.
But we
Yeah,
finished our project
but still,
like
the
during
project is
November. So
still.
like
Excuse me.
I thought we finished our project like during November. So like it's almost a year, like.
Because actually, like, we still continue doing it because you guys like did it really well, and then the management wants to continue. So we just even right now we still continue doing this. Like, we're adding more tools and we keep improving it.
Does that answer your question? Okay.
So are there any other questions, Kap, from the audience? All right. So if you don't have any questions, okay, thanks for William, on your presentation.